side are you on in this Richard versus Dorothy drama? So Richard's like this head of marketing for this medical firm. He heard that Dorothy and this other girl named Tina was having sleeping problems. So he made a special appointment for them to come into their office so that way they can get treated for it. He texted Tina and Dorothy the appointment information like the day before, and they just straight up didn't show up. So he's mad AF at them for basically like just bailing and not having the courtesy to tell him that they weren't coming, because that is legit his job. The thing is, yeah, it sucks that Richard had to go through that and that, you know, they were like basically pretty rude about it. But I feel like he put himself in that position, because when he said he was going to set up the appointment, they were doing yoga. They seemed so uninterested. Is it their fault that he did not get the hint that they were not interested in his services? They never literally agreed to that appointment. And I totally could see why Dorothy would feel like Richard was using her as like a stepping stone. Every single time we could have a conversation with her, they would talk about basically like her influence. And so she kind of thought it was like he was trying to get her into the medical facility so that way she could post about it, so it could like, you know, make their business better. He does seem kind of opportunistic. And I only feel like Dorothy came on the show just because, you know, there was already a cast in Beverly Hills, and it just kind of seemed like they just brought her to pretend to move to New York to like build this New York show. But what I kind of don't get is that he's only really mad at Dorothy. He's not mad at Tina, and she was totally involved. Almost to the point where he wouldn't even let his girlfriend Vika go on a girls trip with Dorothy to the Bahamas, because he was like, I don't trust Dorothy. Like, what is she gonna do? You think she's gonna like drown her in the ocean or something? Because to me, I feel like Dorothy is just one of those people who would like to talk crap behind your back, but she really just does not like confrontation. She would rather ignore the person than actually have a real conversation with them, because she likes surface level like friendship. For instance, this conflict that she has with Deborah, that's not even a conflict, because Deborah's mad at her for basically showing up late to an event. And then Tina set up this meeting between them so they can like, you know, hash it out, which there was nothing to hash out really. And Deborah didn't have the balls to show up. Which honestly, I'm just kind of like, you're too pretty and rich to be like that petty. And so they go to the Bahamas, right? Because it's supposed to be like a trip for Tina to relax. Because Tina's like this huge fashion influencer and she's just working too hard. She's under too much pressure, right? So Dorothy's idea of relaxing is basically like get a whole bunch of strange guys to come and like talk to Tina. And Tina like breaks down crying and then runs away from the table. Her thing is she's basically saying, I don't like the attention on me. I guess she's had some past trauma. But honestly, how's meeting a whole bunch of random strangers relaxing? Because with strangers, you don't get to be yourself. The pressure of trying to impress somebody, like that's not relaxed. Just give her a cocktail and sit next to a pool, please.